Hi, everyone. I'm your host, Grace, and welcome to the Gentlewoman. Please excuse the background as I'm in my university's podcasting lab. So that's super exciting for me. I didn't even know we had this until today. And basically, the story goes I got denied from having a radio show on campus, and I just wanted to start it anyway because I really thoroughly designed like the concept, and I gave them a little presentation, all love. I asked them what I did wrong in order to not get my podcast, and they answered, but I can't read it yet because I'm not ready to like hear about my flaws. But moving on, welcome to the first episode of The Gentlewoman with Grace Hayden. I'm so excited to be here today talking to you all. Have a little video, audio recording. Maybe the video will get posted, maybe it won't. That's all good. This is also super funny because this is in a room that has glass walls. So all my little classmates as well as university mates, can see me. So that's super fun. Maybe they think I'm like successful. That's the goal. Also wearing my parade merch today. I'm a parade girl. Use code GRACIE_HAYY, Gracie Hay, for 20% off your order from parade.com. Love. Okay, so we're gonna get right into it. I love this concept. I love the logo. Shout out Asher. He made it for me. My first post is like the mood board I included in my little design that the radio station did not like. I'm kidding. They probably liked it. But that's okay. No beef with the radio station. They motivated me to get out here today and record. Yeah, the boxes are like making me chuckle. I got my own little microphone today. And my mom has to send me my over-the-head headphones, but once I get all that, it is over for you all, and I will not need to use the podcasting lab at my university, my college. I don't know why I keep calling it university. If there's little dings from the elevator or dings from me like smacking stuff around, sorry, I don't know how this microphone works. I don't even know if it's working right now, but this is where we are, and I'm happy to be here. So I wrote down in my journal everything I wanted to talk about because I'm a journaling girl. It's my Emily Dickinson journal because I love her. I think she was a great poet. I don't need to tell people that she was a great poet, but her vibe of just being like a recluse and writing about love and craziness is very much my vibe, so I'm a stan. But basically, I wanted to talk about today what growth is without having a goal towards that growth. And I was planning this morning, and a girl's looking at me all funny. It's fine. We're gonna get through this, Grace. I'm dead. Okay. Was making all my like YouTube channel, my Instagram. I was listening to my fall playlist. It's called Come Out and Haunt Me on Spotify. If anyone wants to listen, I can link it down below as well. And was listening to the good old Nothing New, Taylor Swift and Phoebe Bridgers version, of course. And, you know, just the lyric, how can a person know everything at 18 and nothing at 22? And I haven't made it to 22 yet, but in 28 days, I will be 21, which is an age I just like never thought I would reach. I don't know why. I have this weird impending doom constantly, but you know, I assume I'm going to survive these next 28 days, hopefully. And I just kind of wanted to like talk about that lyric. Like, I kind of want to talk about song lyrics, like, and then base episodes off of them, because if you know me and you know how I like to listen to my music, it is highly based on lyrics. I'm a big lyric girl. For some reason, I just resonate with songs better when I know what the person is saying and I like what they're saying. I don't know, just easier to relate to. and enjoy their music, I think, when you can understand what they're saying. But I don't want to say sorry for anything, so I'm really going to work on not doing that in this podcast. Wanted to put that out there to hold myself accountable. What I'd like to do is talk about my 18 to 21 experience. Obviously, I haven't reached 21 yet, but we're super duper close, and I've basically lived I haven't lived the 21st year. Whatever, you understand me. Just know that a lot has gone down in these past couple years, and I wanted to talk about it because that lyric really does sit with me. Because when you're 18, you're going to college, most likely. And my thought process literally was that I had it all figured out. And I just did not. I had nothing figured out. I have no clue how I ended up where I currently am. And that is totally okay. And life is flowing and filled with movement 24/7. But I just wanted to talk about the beauty in growing and having goals. Or no, what is it? Growth without goals, or growth with goals. Because let's just start it. Basically, 18-year-old Grace I turned 18 October of my senior year. And that was all fun and dandy. I feel like I had a birthday party. Maybe it went wrong. One of my friends reminded me, is that the one that went wrong? I don't know. But whatever. This point in my life, I was in a great friend group, had a great relationship. Everything was working out my way. And then COVID hit. Dun, dun, dun. And that sucked. But it was also kind of a moment. But it really did suck. Because the senior-itis, I can't wait to get out of here, but I'm going to miss you all so much. Fully, it was March. It was March 2020. And I know you've all heard this. And some of you have probably lived this. But never forget. Those seniors and juniors during COVID, never forget them. History needs to talk about them the rest of their lives. Just because of how traumatic that was and continues to be. But 18 was great. Had a lot going on. Did not get into any of the colleges I wanted to go to. Now, this was super awkward for me because at my high school where you go to college is very big and very a part of who you are and blah, blah, blah. And we do a t-shirt day, which I assume all colleges do. And little old me, I don't even think we had a t-shirt day because of the fact that it was COVID. But what we did also do was create dresses. We cut up our graduation dresses, which were big white gowns, and put our colleges on them. My mother would not let me cut up a $250 dress. That is such an estimate. I have no idea how much that dress cost. I feel like school got the price down for it. I don't know. But basically, I didn't even know where I was going to college when we were having this party, and my mom wouldn't let me cut my dress up. So I made a little tank top with Walmart stick-on glitter letters that said Ball So Hard University. That's one of the best things I've ever done, I think. Every time it comes up in my Snapchat memories, I'm just you're mine. Even that many years ago. But yeah, that was super funny for me. You had to be there. Sorry. All my friends did their dresses and they all pretty much stayed at their university. And little old me went to my university that I decided to go to and did not love it academics-wise. Socially-wise, shout out all my friendos over there. They will definitely be on this podcast once I start having guests on. Yeah, I want to have guests because I can't talk about that much for that long. And I have some really interesting friends with a lot of interesting takes. But basically, 18, my goal was just get yourself to college, you got this, figure out your life, blah, 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 blah. But in the middle of that, in the middle of 18 and 19, a little roadblock came in that was a human being. And yeah, we're not even going to spend too much time on that. It just was not hot and was not good for anybody's mental health. So learned a lot from that. Turned 19, had a great time. I remember my 19th birthday so well. My friends and I went to somewhere in Philadelphia, I won't say where, and we got lit crazy movie, and I wore the cutest little purple dress, and it was so much fun. Shout out Ethan, shout out Sydney, shout out whoever else was there. I kind of forget now. But that birthday was great, and I had so much fun. Being at my first university, I lived alone from the time that I moved in, so like midway through September until December. And our break, I feel like, was shorter than every other university's, but in January, I got a roommate. Shout out Annie. She'll probably be on this podcast. I feel like she has a lot to say as well. She's a Scorpio. That's why we got along so well, I'm pretty sure, because I'm a Scorpio too. But still besties. She moved in January. Definitely the September through December was really hard, like living alone. It was just different, but I can like say that all of college I never shared a room with someone, because when Annie came, she had moved into the room next to mine, like not in my room. There was a second room because my suite was originally for 4 people but moved in during COVID, so I had like a whole thing to myself that was for 4 people. I had 2 showers, like 2 bedrooms. Granted, the one of them were locked, but that didn't really like disrupt me too much because I didn't need to be showering in different showers. But when Annie came, it was great. I was having so much fun, but at that point, I knew that I was going to transfer. The university just wasn't working out for me. Wasn't going too hot. Like school, it was going fine. Like I got good grades and everything because I knew I wanted to transfer. But it was a lot. I don't know. I didn't like that school. Probably could never go back just because of the way learning went. It was like trimesters, so you had 10 weeks to get like 15 weeks worth of schoolwork done. It was just crazy. I was always like up too late, pushing myself too hard, blah, 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 blah. The works on top of not even going to real class. Like it was all online. So I was constantly on my computer, in my bed, like at my desk, just screenager, like literally only screens. So that was really tough, but I'm super thankful for my friend group there and the people who have been super supportive and loving despite me leaving. So yeah, 19 was pretty good. I had a lot of moments for sure, but I really think my relationship with my best friend, Julianne, she will definitely be on this podcast. Our relationship got a lot stronger, which I'm super thankful for because she's been in my life for so long and I love her so much, and she pulled through like 4 lifers do for me when I really needed her, and that was amazing. I wrote down stuff. Let me make sure I'm getting to everything. Yeah, so that summer was great though. I was 19. I was freaking it up, I'll say. I was working out every day with Jenna. I was going to hot yoga. I was serving looks, serving tables because I was a waitress. I was making so much money. It was so much fun. And definitely with all the fun that it was, sometimes I think I got a little out of hand with the 5 a.m. wake ups and the like 1 a.m. bedtimes, but it was worth it and pretty fun, and I had a lot holding me back when I was at Drexel, and I really think like, name drop the university. I don't care. Everyone knows where I went to school. I was trying to keep that secret, but it'll probably come up again, and my friends still go there who are going to be on this, so they'll talk about it. But anyway, summer was great, but I was just being a little irresponsible. So when it came time to enter college again, I did not know where I was going to go because I did not apply to my current university in time to go there in the fall. And the university that I was super focused on getting into waitlisted me, then extended waitlisted me, then denied me. I literally went into their office and I was like, why have I been denied like 3 times? Like, what is going on here? They just don't want me. They told me it was like where I live that got me denied. And I was like, that's a really bad reason. Like, I'd rather you tell me it was my test score than tell me it's where I live, because then I'm just gonna be mad at my parents. But whatever. Didn't get in, didn't apply to a school that was practical. What I did do was I applied to schools that were literally Drexel in different areas. The same exact vibe, the same exact price, just somewhere else. And the problem was never Philadelphia. The problem was the education I was getting. So I did the damn thing and went ahead and enrolled in community college. And this is where senior year Grace, I would like to go back in time and slap her across the face, because she would have definitely said something along the lines of like, oh my God, I will never go to community college. Girl, you went. You went, and those credits transferred to this school better than the Drexel credits did. Much easier. Easily? I don't know. Such a flop of a mindset. Community college is so good. Like, it is so good. I'm glad I didn't start there for sure, because I'm so grateful for like my friends in Philly and the connections I still have there and everything. But do not diss on community college. Take those classes in the summer or the winter, or for a semester if you need to throw little A's in your transcript, because I'm telling you, you will get an A in those classes. And if you don't, then you're not putting the effort in, because it is really easy to get an A at community college, from my perspective. And with the education I've been privileged to have, for me, it was easy to get an A. So basically, don't knock it till you try it. That is the lesson you can learn there. But moving forward, I was never that excited to go to community college. And I had to, because I didn't have a university to go to, and I quickly applied to this current university. And literally, I think the day before the application was due, like, I was so like, I will never go here. And now I go here and I love it. Like, I'm having a great time. I'm super involved. The people here are nice and fun, and I have a boyfriend here. So like, what's not to love? No, I'm kidding. I'm not having the best of times here, but definitely not the worst of times. So that's great. Backtrack though. We haven't gotten to 21 yet. Turned 20 that October. I moved to Georgetown, DC. And that was so stupid. Like, my parents understood the fact that I did not want to live with them while taking like these online classes, because I was lucky enough that the school was still all online, so I didn't have to like go anywhere. But my poor parents, like, they were trying to help me find a house. Like, it was flopping. They were mad at me. I was mad at them. I wanted to get the heck out of my hometown, and I moved to Georgetown. And if I could again go back in time and slap past Grace, I would. Because what? There was nothing there for me. Like, I did not have a job. I did not have an internship. Like, I was just wasting money and living there and getting myself a nice coffee every day and going to museums and like living my main character dreams, when in reality they were not dreams at all, because I was just alone and sad, and it was horrible. And yes, I got some cute pictures and like vibes from there, but it was just not it at all. So this is another thing I've experienced before I turn like the usual ages that you experience these things. Living fully alone in a brand new city where I knew no one. I didn't even know the people that were in my like shared housing situation. They were all like graduate students. So definitely have experienced many things. And I get into my current university about halfway through October. And this October was so bad for me. I was on Accutane. I was in the thick of it. My acne was popping. Had some bad stuff happen to me when I was visiting Drexel. Just overall, like, trauma. And October's my favorite month. So I was like, October 2021, what are you doing to me? Like, it was so not cool. But I got through it. And I turned 20. And some other bad stuff happened when I was in Philly when I turned 20. But you know, you live and you learn. And I needed to go home from Georgetown. It just was not working. It was such a flop. I was super depressed and alone there. Not a fun time. Do not recommend ever living in Georgetown. If you can escape it, live somewhere else in DC. I don't know. There has to be better places than there. So, oh my God. Who knows if the microphone got that, but somebody just dropped something really loud. Moving forward. We already passed the fact that I turned 20. Sorry, it's like hard to remember what you've talked about. So I visit the current university that I go to right now because I just got in and I was like super excited. I visit my friend Fong. Fong, also lifelong bestie, probably will be on this podcast. Yeah, definitely want her as a guest. But I was visiting her for a rival game, like a really fun game. I didn't end up going to the game. So that was kind of a flop, but we tailgated like the whole day and then went out. And when we went out, there was a boy there and he told me he liked my hair, I think. And I told him I liked his shirt. Next thing you know, we've almost been dating for 10 months. Yeah, October will be 10 months. And yes, 10 months because we started dating in December, but we met at the beginning of November. So we've almost known each other for a year. That's so great. That's so fun. Love him, love our relationship, always growing, always learning, always slaying the boots house down. So here I am, about to turn 21. I've always wanted my own podcast. I always want like my own YouTube situation. I always let it flop. That's on me. That's totally on me. I'm good at it, but then I'm just like, I get in this mindset where I'm like, my life is too boring to record every day. / the recording every day doesn't work with like how fast my schedule goes throughout the day. Like, I don't know. There can't be 6 clips of me like sitting in different classes or different like rooms or a video of me like making calls on my internship. I'm just like, this is not interesting. But that is something I did this year that I've also really wanted to do for a long time. I got an internship. I like had one in high school and it was not like my favorite thing at all. It was really not fun. It was in Baltimore and no offense to them, they just didn't have me doing a lot of work. So I felt kind of useless. But this internship is like my now second experience. I can't even believe that is like my second experience. Like, I'm a junior. I feel like I should have had a couple more, but you know, everybody's growth is different. That's where we are at right now. But yeah, I work at an organization that helps people receive furniture for free because you can have a house, but to furnish that house is super expensive. And people don't think about that. So if you're just coming out of a shelter or you have a more low-income job or you're focused on paying rent, your focus is not on buying super nice furniture. So my current job is helping people who have been on the wait list for like months for this organization get their furniture on the day of. So I help them pick it out. I help them label it as theirs. I help like load the truck. I help make sure everyone's like happy and comfortable and safe while they're visiting. And it's so great because it's like a nonprofit organization. So it's like I'm volunteering, but I'm also learning so much with like these different systems and how to make phone calls. And I would just say that I'm really proud of myself because it's definitely out of my comfort zone. I just choked. Okay, I just gagged. Ignore that. Really sorry about that. And that's on video too, so I'm humiliated. Moving on. Yeah, I'm just learning a lot from that. Yeah, out of my comfort zone because I go there, like it's 30 minutes away. I Uber there, Uber back. I really have to be independent because I'm like working one-on-one with clients. Like the first 2 times I was there, they were pretty like helpful, but not that they're not helpful now. Like everyone's always helpful, but I do a lot by myself as an intern, which I think is really cool because in my last experience, I got to do nothing by myself. So now that I get to do stuff by myself, it's super fun. And let me read my little journal. I skipped the part where I like started college again for the first time in person. Awkward. Sorry. Wait, that was turning 20? Yeah, I talked about turning 20. Okay. Backtrack again. I started school for the first time back in person in my life since March 2020 in January 2022. So it was almost 2 years since I'd been back in school in person. So that was really wild for me. I tell people that and they're like, what? Like, have you not gone here the whole time? Like, girl, what are you talking about? Just with the amount that I do here. And that is just like in my nature to do a lot at whatever school I go to. I've been like that since elementary school when I ran for class president in 5th grade. I did not win. Those of you who remember, it was pretty heartbreaking. But yeah, I don't know. It's just my thing. It's just like second nature. It's what I feel like I like have to do while I'm at school. So I like being like that. Sometimes it's a little exhausting. JK, it's a lot exhausting. LOL. But that's okay. We're going to get through it every day, every step of the way. Sorry for that. That was like ASMR-y. Like everything in me is trying not to like tap on the microphone right now. Okay. Yeah. So basically, I'm at 21 almost. We'll celebrate my birthday on here probably. And I have just been quite shocked as well as motivated about what's been going on around me. Which is totally okay. Like sometimes you have those like 180 or 360 moments where you're like, it's time to like pull it together and like get it together and move along and, you know, all that good stuff. So I'm really trying to focus on the good relationships in my life and like pour into people's cups as equally as they pour into mine, because that's super important to me, that I am surrounding myself with people who like love me as much as I love them, you know, vice versa. Like never in a way that's like, oh, like blah blah blah, like I have to like, they have to earn my love, like not in that way, but in ways, you know, people that are reaching out and keeping up and checking in the same way that I do for a lot of people. Like those are the people I really want to focus on as I go into such a new chapter of adulthood, because I feel like 21 is a special year because you can finally drink and you're just like older. I don't know, like I can legally like do a lot more when I turn 21, so that's kind of crazy. I have a lot more laws that I can follow. I don't even know what I'm saying, but like you guys know what I mean. 21 is different than youngness. I know like 20 you're not a teenager anymore, but 21, girl, you're really not a teenager anymore. But yeah, I'm working right now to find out a lot of my like mental issues, I would say. I don't know. I'm using BetterHelp for therapy. Super good time. I really like my doctor. She's great. Sorry, I keep like moving away from the microphone. Don't know how well it picks up on that, but super sorry if it's like bad. So I just think the reason I started this podcast was because I feel like I have not been goal-oriented enough for success, and I've been going through the motions. And sometimes I lack a mindset that involves being present. And when I was writing this in my little journal, the pen wrote, like without thinking I wrote, I lack a mindset that involves being pleasant, when I was supposed to write present. And that just like spoke volumes to me, because for some reason, like August, September are such hard months for me, and I really have not been pleasant. I have not been myself, or present. Like I haven't been too happy, and I'm the only one who can make me happy. I'm the only one in control of that happiness. So I just know that it's like time to pull together, and starting this podcast is me attempting and trying to pull it together. It's called the Gentlewoman. I feel like that might need a little bit of explanation. Because I am trying to be more gentle with myself and gentle with others. Because, as I mentioned earlier, I'm a Scorpio. And if you know anything about us little Scorpios, is that sometimes we are filled with rage. And a lot of us own that. Like, we love that about ourselves. We love that people are like intimidated by us or whatever. But, you know, it's getting a little old. I don't want to be like mad or sad or angry all the time because something didn't go my way or that person doesn't like me or like they said this about me. Like, I don't care. I'm too old to care. I don't have time to care. I have time to better myself and work towards my goals and make myself more successful. So that is what I'm going to do. And that's what I'm starting here. And I know I'm super off center in this video, but we're going to deal with it. I also want to learn piano really badly. That's something I wanted to say in here too, because I'm going to hold myself accountable and interview my friends. Hopefully some that can like come in person to this little podcasting room if we're going to keep it in here, or when I need like a second microphone, I will bring people in here, and then I'll have some on Zoom with my friends that go to different schools, because I have a lot of people everywhere and I still want them to be able to come talk on my podcast and everything. But yes, just being more gentle with myself, being more gentle with others, how I'm treating people, how I'm treating myself. I had a speaker come into my class this week and he said like something along the lines of like, make sure like you're taking care of yourself enough and you're being kind enough to yourself to be kind to other people, to take care of other people. Like, you can't do those things if your glass is empty. Like, if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not being kind to yourself, how are you going to do those things for other people? Which I really took to heart. I love that he said that. I think it's so true and relatable. And I just thank him for his wisdom. I won't say who he is because he's kind of famous, like in the world of government. That's also what I study here. I study government. It is a great time. This school is a perfect place to do that in. They have a lot of resources. But I think I'm going to wrap it up. So, yes, I hope you enjoyed my first episode. That feels so crazy saying, but I'm here for you. Leave me comments, text me, whatever you want to do. Text me if you want to be on the show. I will be so happy to bring you here. Okay. Have a beautiful day, y'all. Bye-bye.